Alright guys, I'm back with my review of this week's TNA Impact Wrestling for March 21st, 2013. And this show starts with a video showing Bully Ray's the build towards his heel turn. He says he's going to reveal everything that led to the most hated man in wrestling becoming world champion. So throughout this entire show, they show these clips of Bully Ray explaining the turn and what was really happening, why Garrett joined up with them, why Anderson joined up, and I thought it was a good idea. It actually goes on later to explain, I think I wrote it down somewhere, Bully Ray explains that the Aces beat him up at the wedding when Devon hit him with the big concrete statue thing, that they beat him up so Hawk would trust him more. And I know a lot of people were wondering how they would explain that. Well, that's it, pretty much. So they were just doing this to explain everything, and some of it was a bit of a stretch because I really don't think they had all of this planned out, but some of it made sense, so I thought they did a really good job with these. Hogan comes out and says he realized after everyone got their asses beat last week that they're at war. So he brings out Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, Magnus, and Jeff Hardy, and Hardy wants to do a four-way for the #1 contendership. So Hogan makes that the main event. Doesn't Hardy have a rematch since he just lost the belt at Lockdown? Doesn't he already have a rematch set? So why are they doing a four-way? Plus, why would Hogan want to have his army beat up? Why would he want them to beat each other up instead of focusing on the Aces and Eights? Why not just throw guys at Bully Ray like Ring of Honor did with Kevin Steen and just keep giving him opponents until someone can beat him? I mean, that makes more sense to me. Why have a four-way at all? Austin Aries and Bobby Roode versus Chavo and Hernandez for the tag titles. Chavo hits three amigos on Aries. He goes up for the frog splash and Kazarian runs out. He distracts the ref while Christopher Daniels pushes Chavo off the top. And Aries rolls him up, holds the tights for the win. Afterwards, Daniels and Kazarian attack Roode and Aries and hold up the tag belts. So I guess they're going to just do another triple threat tag team match with all three teams again. I mean, they don't have any other tag teams, so they really don't have a choice here. But I thought this was a good match. A video for the X Division Evolution Next Generation. They're going to do these matches where every X Division match has the 230-pound weight limit. They're all going to be three-ways. And if you get pinned or you submit, you're out. And the following week, a new guy takes your place. So that's what they're going to do from now on. And Kenny King cuts a promo on how he's fine with this. He has no problem facing two guys. It was a good promo. But at the end, he says, I'll need this 5-hour energy drink. And now that I have this, it's not going to be a problem. Oh my God, this was bad. It ruined a good promo. It was just so out of place. I hate those little commercials. Kenny King versus Zema Ion versus Sanjay Dutt for the X Division title. Sanjay Dutt looks like an alien. He almost botched a moonsault to the outside too, but he recovered. Sanjay hits the moonsault double stomp on Zema Ion. Kenny King hits a springboard blockbuster on Sanjay for the win. It was a fun match. Sting goes to see Hogan. Hogan tells him he should go back to hiding in the rafters for a couple of years since all he does is cause problems. And Taryn Terrell comes out. She says she's here to accept the consequences of her actions. Gail Kim comes out and says, you don't mess with me, and she's going to watch Brooke Hogan fire her. So Brooke comes out and she fires Taryn Terrell as referee but hires her as a knockout. So Taryn spears Gail and they start fighting and she chases her to the back. And while Brooke is distracted, Bully Ray comes out and he shows Brooke his wedding ring and says, till death do us part, and she runs away. Angle says tonight's match is one of the biggest since it's been a year and a half since he was champion, which I do not remember. I had to look this up, and Angle is the guy James Storm beat to become champion, but I do not remember this title run at all. I mean, it seems like forever since he was champion, but I guess it happened. Joseph Park versus Matt Morgan. Morgan misses the carbon footprint and actually sells for Park, which I could not believe. This was just a waste. I mean, after all this time, they've built him up as this huge giant, and then he's selling for Joseph Park. I thought it was kind of a waste, but Park misses the splash and Morgan hits the carbon footprint for the win. TNA tries to interview AJ Styles about his actions. He says there are rumors of alcohol and drug abuse. Taz cuts him off and offers AJ a spot in the Aces and Eights. James Storm comes out. He talks about AJ sucker punching him, and some woman in the crowd yelled, "I love you both." And AJ just walks away, never says anything. Hardy versus Joe versus Angle versus Magnus for #1 contender. Fans were really behind Angle and Joe. Actually, I think they were behind Joe more than Angle in this match, but Hardy ends up winning. Hardy hits a twist of fate on all three guys. He goes for the swanton. Magnus pushes him off. Angle gets Joe in the ankle lock, but he kicks him into Magnus, and Hardy hits the swanton on Joe for the win. So Jeff Hardy's #1 contender. I don't know. I thought this was a pretty good show, actually. I was entertained by a lot of this. Main event was good. Tag match was good. X Division match was good. Had some good matches here. And the Aces and Eights didn't do anything on this show because they were doing these recaps with Bully Ray. And the recaps made them look like a threat. It showed all the stuff they've done over these past few months, or 9 months, whatever it goes back to, where they were laying people out, attacking Sting with the hammer, all of that stuff. So they look like a threat in this video, in all these little videos they did. They didn't show any of the bad stuff. So that was good, and I'm glad the Aces and Eights still look like a threat here. I hope they continue this next week, and they still look strong. They're still attacking people, laying people out. I think Bully Ray is doing a great job as the president of the Aces and Eights. He's just such a natural heel. So I was fine with the show. I thought it was entertaining, and I hope they can continue this. So that's my review of this week's Impact. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's show in the comments, and thanks for watching.